How about now? There we go. All right. Whew. How about now? Let's see, how's that? All right. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, this is a new mic setup, and it for some reason did not like the mini 3.5. It came with a 3.5 cable, but fuck me, I guess. All right, let me get the Haltech fired. Oh, it's already on. I need to get it. Where is the Haltech display capture? Chrome M Tune. Here we go. Alrighty. And then Dyno computer, get that fired up. Woo! All right. Ah, shit. Chewy. All right. Everything good now, right? New mic working okay? Is the sound quality okay? I have no idea how good this mic is. Like I said, it's brand new, so if it's too loud, let me know. If it's too quiet, let me know. I can make some adjustments on that. I think I'm gonna use two of them. I'm gonna put them both on here. Get some stereo action or something. See how that works. Okay, so we got here is a 2-3, my cams, which we talked about last time, last stream. This has actually got my rods and my pistons. Um, not my newest K-beam. The um, the I-beam that I did before that. The K-beam is not technically released yet because I haven't tested it yet. So I got 6 sets of those at home sitting there, ready to go in some motors. I just haven't had the freaking time to put that motor together, so haven't done it. Um, Coolant temp's 167. Oil pressure is 90. Wow. 96. Okay. Oil temp's 145. So I appreciate the owner of this car and buying all my parts. That was pretty nice of him. Um, it runs pretty good. It's on a Haltech. You know how much I do not love Haltech. It's had some issues that are very Haltech-isms. I despise Haltech idle control. It just isn't where it's at. We're going to do a speedo cal real quick. Okay. We set that in the dyno. Oh, it was close. All right. Want to look at the cam timing a smidge. I got it kind of high, I think, and that mid-range felt a little flat when I was accelerating right there. So I may have it just a smidge too aggressive right there, or it was hunting. I don't know. So I want to check atmospheric here, 80-25. Like bad. Might have just been to 5. Okay. 9%. Okay, so we're on 1700s right now. ID 1700s. Not the new 1750s, just the older 1700s. Um, I'm just gonna do a. It's fourth, right? Yeah. Okay. It's got the CAE shifter, which I'm not a fan of. This one at least is installed really well. So I give him big props on that. It looks good where it's how it's set up. He did a good job with that, and it shifts the best of any of the CAE shifters I've ever had the displeasure of messing with because a lot of them just don't do well. And I know you got to really set it up right, but even then, there's something missing. And but this one's actually the best one. It looks like it's the newest version though. I know they changed it too, so perhaps some of the other ones that were causing problems were the older version. But anyway, so here we are. I'm gonna do a light pull. The dyno grabbing it? Yeah, dyno's grabbing it. We do a light, low throttle pull, lock that, just see how the air fuels are through like 2 to 4 pounds. Just see how that's all going, working out. It would help if I remember to turn off the rev limiter for braking. Turbo's loud. Turbo is loud. Okay, so we were adding some fuel in there. That's not where I let off right here though, but it was at 10% fuel right here. That means that those can move some air right there for sure. That makes sense. I mean, I got just a couple pounds of boost here, 8 pounds ish right here, and we're at 4,000 with 35 for my intake. So a lot of overlap right there, and definitely a positive pressure ratio across this thing. So it's just blowing a ton of air right there. So I would expect a high VE there. And if I go to my fuel tuning, it's probably, oh, boy, this car's kind of bouncy. Uh, this is hard. Come on, car. Ah, ah. Which button is it? Okay, it's none of them. Let's go back to this. Why does it want to reset the ECU? I don't remember doing anything that would require resetting the ECU unless I accidentally clicked something when I was fighting with that. Did I fuck this up? Remember banks 2, solenoids 1. Take angle, that's fine. I didn't do anything there. All right, I don't know why it wants to reset the ECU. That's a concern. Unfortunately, it won't tell me why. So, and all the bounciness, because the screen's just a blur right now, I might have missed something. Wait, what is going on there? Why? Oh, yes, something did happen. Because that is not VE. I must hit, yep, there it is, fuel flow rate. There's the problem. Okay, so that's why it wanted me to reboot. All right. So the with the bounciness, I didn't see that I hit the button on that. Okay, cool. So that's back to normal. Let's go back to my fuel and get back to that zone. 64,000. Yeah, see, I'm less than 100 here, so that's definitely not enough. And that makes sense. I would anticipate this thing would be closer to 104 in that region, honestly. Um, I forget. Oh yeah, Haltech. Not. I was trying to do linked stuff there. And do that. There we go, like that. And then do this, do that. And then, oh, forgot that does that. I do this, and do that. There we go. Okay. That makes it a little better. In fact, that still might be low, because this here might be a smidge low. We'll see. We'll see how she does. Okay, so that's good. Let me fix my limits. What now? Oh my Lord, I can't navigate with the buttons, with the arrow keys. Ugh. Oh yeah, Haltech. Screw you. All right. Okay. All right, I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna reboot in case I screwed something up, and then hopefully I'll catch it when I start the car again. Off, on. Yep, something's happened. What did I mess up? Oh, sweet. What else changed on me? I'm in VE. That's right. On the VE map reference 300. Mm-hmm. What did I freaking run into while the car was bouncing? That's gonna be a fun one. Would have been that. I didn't go there. I didn't go there. I didn't go there. Wait, try and see if the fuel pressure goes up. What are we doing here? Damn it. Okay. Shoo. All right. Got it running again. I got to figure that out. And I don't know what I hit, but that's one thing that sucks with the dyno, right? This one's like, and I must have bumped something and all that action. Uh, what turbo is this? I forget. I think it's a G38 800, the new one. Let me double check, see if I got that thing on here. At this point, like, I'm not too concerned about it, right? 'Cause I'm not in the high power yet, so I don't always remember what they are. Yeah, G3825. Yeah. Okay. Hey, Kenneth. Alrighty. Now I gotta see what I messed up. What did I freaking mess up? I hit something when she was bouncing away, and I was hitting this damn arrow keys. I'm used to navigating with arrow keys, and that's not the case for this one. I wasn't in that menu. I wasn't in that menu. I wasn't in that menu. I wasn't here, though, for a little while. I didn't mess with that. Didn't mess with that. I could have messed with that. Two banks, intake only. One solenoid per camshaft. 80. No, that's fine. How about here? That's fine, too. That's all fine. So, check my check engine light. Drivetrain speed diagnostic. Okay, I don't remember doing anything there, but maybe I hit something there. All right, well, that's it for that. Let's just carry on. And then whatever it is should rear its ugly head at some point, right? Or maybe I just gotta work on the hot start. That could be. I could have seen work on the hot start. All right, so my gear ratio is off a smidge. I'm gonna adjust that while we're here. We're in third. We calibrate that. Go to fourth. Calibrate fourth. Same spot. Boy, she woke right. That's what I got. Wow. Thing woke up. Let's go to fifth. Fog in fifth a little bit. Calibrate that. Still does not recognize I'm in fifth. The dyno's trying to do a pull right now because I'm going too fast. Wow, Haltech, you are not doing well. It's still bouncing around. Wow. It feels like the center diff in this thing is toast. That's what that felt like just now. I don't think the center diff works in this thing. All right, well, neither does the gear indication from the Haltech. I mean, I know I shouldn't be too surprised, but it ain't working. Now, whether that's being fed to that or that's measuring it on its own, I don't know the answer to that. I might need to get in the Haltech thing and see if that's its own channel. But um, yeah, it was bouncing between uh, fifth and sixth, even no matter where I put for the sixth gear ratio, and we were definitely past this fifth gear ratio. So that's just more Haltech shit. Max headroom. Oh, is it just too high? Have I turned up too much? Let's see. Let me turn this down. I think that's down. Yeah, that's down. Try that. Maybe maybe go to one. Let me know that that's any better. Yeah, I mean, man, I don't want to just talk shit, right? I don't want to just talk shit. But there's some massive, massive shortcomings of the Haltech, and I don't understand what all the hype on the market is about. It's so bad. It's just not good, you know? Okay, I made some changes. I lowered the audio bit rate or the video bit rate in hopes that I'll free up some headroom for the audio bit rate. And the sample rate's kind of low. It's not very good. All right, that's everything I can adjust to help with that new mic and stuff, so I'll have to figure something out. Oh, I should check the mic settings and see if those have anything weird going on. It's hot in here. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like the Haltech is so overrated, and it sucks. Like I've said in multiple streams, like I like the guys at Haltech, most of them. Um, I like a lot of them a lot, but their stuff is too restrictive, and I think their fuel model's ass. I do not like the fuel model at all. I don't care for the software. Um, I don't want to troubleshoot. I want to look at my inputs. Ugh, come on. Well, it says it's on 48,000 hertz, I guess. That's fine. All right. Handing out the patrons. Yeah, I mean that's the way to do it. If I was handing out stickers and shit all the time at every car meet, I'd be more popular than I currently am again. So it's not hard to believe. Marketing is everything, but Yeah, it just sucks. I mean, the idle control on Haltech is so lacking. I fucking can't stand it. I cannot stand the idle control. I cannot stand the cam control. I cannot stand the fuel model. Um, I hate the software. I hate the way the software interfaces with the logger. I do like the logging software itself, like the logger viewer. I do like that. But it's glitchy because you click on it one time and it does it something one way, and then another time it does things another way. Sometimes you got a log open, you double click on a parameter and it automatically throws on a trace. Other times you double click it and fucking nothing happens. You're like, just magic, just fucking magic. Just sometimes it decides to work, sometimes it doesn't. Um, so that sucks. And then the fact that I can't use the number keys to go through here, that's dumb. Like number or arrow keys to go through here, that sucks. And then this whole gear ratio thing, not working at all. That's just crap. I mean, I don't say at all, but the fact that it's bouncing around, and no matter what I put this one at, that they're going, which means I need to potentially filter the input for this engine speed or for well, it could be engine speed too, either one, right? It could be RPM or it could be vehicle speed. Might need a filter. Um, and then the filter, um, and then the filter, if there is an option for one, might take out some of the spikes. I don't know why half of these check engine lights are turned on. Like, none of them make any sense. Let's go with the 5 for the filter here. Let's try that. We'll see if that filter helps with the speed. Because my guess is the speed's jittery, and that's making the calculation off. Camps are following really well. Happy with that. Camps are following target right on, which is good. I spent a lot of time this morning working on that, trying to get the cams to follow the target. Another thing, I don't like cam control in the Haltech. So um, I don't like how they auto calibrate, especially with the Subaru, because the Subaru has this thing where it will frequently change the phase of the cam sensor. It's some weird thing that they do. I need to take this off of sample. I don't want to sample. Let's go here. Oh, load. Okay, fourth gear is stable on the screen. Fifth gear's not reading. Still not reading. Yeah, so whatever. It's just more Haltech bullshit. The speed looks like it could use a little more filtering though. Let's try that. Maybe a little more filtering. See, I'm gonna do a big change. 20% glow is a little much for this little engine right now. Yeah, see, 2 and 3 are jittering. 4 is 4 is steady. 5's jittering. 6 is jittering. All right. Go bigger on the filter. Get a little engine brake in while we're here too. Gonna lower this down to 10. Okay, 4 is reading. 5 is not reading. The speed is still pretty jittery. I set this at 30 miles an hour and double check the calibration on this too over here. Speed 30. Okay, up against that. Okay. Let's make that longer. No, wait. The maximum derivative. Let's go with 75. Okay. And I'm going to turn off my speed control, go back to load, set this around 10. So come back and try and see the gear works any better now. It's more stable. Wait, what gear was I in? This is third. It told me the wrong gear. It lied to me. Third. Okay. Oh, now it says second. Now it says fourth. Let's calibrate fourth again. Okay. Let's do fifth now. Nothing. Sixth. Nope, it says fifth. Do second. Rolling downshift into first. Nobody ever does that, right? First. First works. Second, for first doesn't work. Second to third doesn't work. Fourth gear kind of works. Fifth gear doesn't work. I mean, if I fill this anymore, it's going to be over a second. All right, 900 milliseconds. Third. Nope, says second. Oh, 200 is the max. Yeah, 200 is the max. 0 milliseconds. Nope. No working. Nope. I killed it. I killed it. Was I in gear? No, I just killed it. Man, no. Do you like the layout overall? No, I do not. I do not like Haltech at all. Like none of this software do I like. I hate the layout. I hate the fact that every time I open it, even if I change something, I gotta reset my gauges, even though I've saved them, I've changed them. I hate that stuff disappears off the screen all the time, like this crap. I dislike that. I gotta hide this, and then I got to get that back. But I don't want that. And this pops up on its own. I don't want to fucking pop up. I don't want to see that shit. Cam sensor, not detected cam sensor. Yeah, that's the other problem that he's been having too, is the cam sensor. Like I said, another Haltech thing. Cam sensors just stop reading sometimes. Um, fuck, it's so annoying. All right, so unfortunately, this sucks balls. So it died because it didn't see the cam sensor, so it didn't get home signal. So what we can do is I can set my trigger so that it doesn't care about the home signal after the engine has started. Um, See how here syncs always. We don't need that. Yeah, yeah. Can do that. Now, this will stop it from going wacky on me. You probably choose one filter. Maybe one filter might work. We'll see if that works or not. And then it says minimum RPM is 450. I feel like I want to be a little lower. Let's go 350. Like that. Hit that again. Okay. No cam trigger. Boy, something's angry. Oh, look at the cams dropping out again. See that right there? Cam signal dropping out. Conditional would be nice, but that puts a upper limit on it. And the problem I'm having is at the lower RPM, not the upper RPM. And sometimes, like you'll get it at up top. This is actually should be enabled there. That should be enabled there. Unless they wired it funny. But usually Haltech, they run that to ground. All right, so there we go. What the hell now? Bank, not one detected bank. Okay, so I've lost both of my cams, basically. Ah, that's so annoying. So annoying. Oh, my fuel pressure's lagging. Okay, I think we're good. The oil cooler is not working as good as I would like it to. It's currently at 210, and we haven't even doing much to it. Fans are running, they're on it. Well, they're not on the cooler itself, they're in the engine bay, and the cooler is also in the engine bay. I honestly don't understand the way the cooler's set up, because it's just like sitting in the engine bay. I don't know if the owner plans on putting a scoop on it or something, or maybe there's a fan on it or something. I don't know what the plan is with that part. I should ask him about that. Um, because it's the oil temp is much higher than coolant temp. Okay, and because of that, pressure started to drop. It's good now though. I'm gonna see what fuel pressure regulator this thing has. Oh, it's got the radium too. Ah, man, I hate that thing. I need to hold this hood up. Okay. When you turn the key off, this fuel pressure goes to zero like that. It just drops off. And so if you don't start the car during the crank prime or during the fuel pump prime, you're screwed because fuel pressure doesn't falls off too quick. Or alternatively, when you crank on it, the pressure takes a while to come up on this thing. It's like and comes up. So I've been telling people for a long time, stop using those radiant regulators. They suck. I like radiant products, but their fuel pressure regulator is a garbaggio. It is so bad. Okay, oil pressure starting to come back up now as oil temp drops. I open the hood, put a little thing on it so that the air can get to the cooler, and it looks like it's helping a little bit. So that's good. So let's see how this works. Let me go back to my chat here. What's up, guys? Hey, Mark. Haltech is angry. Haltech is crap. I don't want to talk trash. Tired of talking trash. Trying to be positive about stuff. Trying to be positive. But when you struggle because of a system being poor, it's frustrating and it makes you angry. So I get angry because it's far less than ideal. Okay, so vehicle speed works, gear indicator doesn't. It kind of works. And unfortunately, I have nothing else that I can do to make it any better. So the owner is SOL on that one. Oh, the heater was on. No wonder I was baking my balls off in here. It's 40 degrees outside. I'm here one. I didn't realize the heater was on. Okay, so I'm gonna just abandon that now. Cams seem to be tracking. They do fall out at idle sometimes. Hopefully that can be okay. But let's go with another low boost pull. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I made them the same. Okay. All right. Take it over to the dyno. We will do a low boosted pull again. Everything. I hate the logging on the thing too. I fucking hate Haltech logging. Okay. Oh, losing it again, huh? We good? Car? Tr- Log viewer time. Log viewer time. I don't think I have that capture for you guys. Let me bring it up. I know I told it to do it at one point. Here we go. There she is. All right. So usually, if I double click on something, it should plot it in a trace to the right. So, let me just find the thing that I want to plot. It's in here somewhere. Okay, we'll start with RPM. Come on. 2 clicks. 2 click. Nope, not this time. Okay, I don't get it this time. This time it doesn't let me do it. So annoying. All right, manifold pressure. Oh, that went to new trace. Okay, that's good. And that manifold pressure was what? 65 kPa, and I was letting off on the throttle a little bit, so 8 to 7 pounds here, 9 to 7 pounds, somewhere in there. Yeah, 8 to 7. It's for you metric or SAE peoples. Um, I hate what they call it. This guy, Y-band 021. 79, 78, 77, 78. Okay. That looks good. What's my target though? It's usually under L for lambda target. Lambda fuel composition. No? Thought that's what it was. Maybe it's target lambda? Yeah, target lambda. Okay. It is really close. A smidge on the rich side. I'm fine with that. I'd rather be on the richer side of the target than leaner side. A little too much right there. Okay, let's see what the closed loop is on here at that time. Gives us an idea of how much correction is being applied and how far off the map is from here. Oh, O2 control on this one, right? Yeah. O2 control bank error. Short-term trim. I have 2 short-term trims. Oh, integral derivative. All right. Fourth trace me. Come on, I know you can do it. Okay, so it's actually adding fuel right here, and that's what caused it to be rich right there. So that's not actually a rich spot. What the problem is this is a lean spot right here, and then the slowness of the controller caused it to be rich right here. I can speed the controller up at these higher airflows, and that'll make it respond quicker. And here we're at 5%, so it's 5% lean up top. Um, 2%, 7%, so 5% here. That's 6, 5, 3. Okay, so basically 3 here, 5% up here. I gotta add fuel there, here, and I gotta, or pull fuel here. I gotta, no, yeah, add fuel there, and then add way more fuel right here. That's our culprit right there. And built up through there too. You see it was building up. So this whole zone here needs to get fuel. So we're at 20, 3,600. Is that right? Yep. 3,600 and 20 kPa. Gotta add some fuel there. Oh, I do have the ability to. That's the wrong one. That's not the one I wanted. Well, whatever. 37 here. Okay, yep. And I mentioned earlier that that might still be lean, actually. And sure enough, it is. So we'll do this. I'll add it right here. That's going to be a smidge too much. So we'll pull a little bit out of that. There we go. And then do this number. That. Okay. And it built up too. So I'm going to add some this direction as well. Okay. That's cool. When all the signals are happy, it idles well and recovers well. When it starts having control signal, cam signals and crank signal issues, it just gets angry. But here, like, I got a smidge of depression at the bottom of it on the recovery, just a smidge of depression, that's it. So it does good. Otherwise, man, once those signals start dropping out, I mean, you'd expect that to be the truth. It just falls apart. I actually like Haltech. Always had great success with them. Haltech logging this analysis, agree. Yeah, maybe you just didn't haven't done anything with good stuff. That's what I'm wondering. Yes, I know how to use playback. Thank you very much. I do not like playback. I think playback is annoying because there's hardly any units. It's just lines. And then you got to go and search for what it is and all that stuff. I don't like playback. And then you got to use your gauges. I just don't like it. It is not what I like. Um, yeah. Yeah, I can't help but think maybe you just haven't used anything good before because this isn't it. Like on other cars like non-Subarus, it does better for some reason. But on Subarus, or with stepper idle control or VVT, like a Subaru AVCS, it is just horrible. The idle control, like I said, is crap. The Haltech idle control is garbage. The fact that all you can do is put a correction on your idle uh, is dumb. Like, we are in a modern era. PID controls exist for idle control, for both ignition and plate. The fact that I have to go through and make all the little small changes, and then I like have to restructure the tables so they actually make sense is just dumb. Like the idle control on it is absolute garbage. They added a throttle follower, which is somewhat handy. That's nice for the air side of it. But the idle control, the ignition idle control is a horrendously bad strategy. Horrendously bad. It doesn't even deserve a toggle button to turn it on. It's bad. It is literally the worst idle control of any aftermarket engine management system I have ever seen. That is modern. Obviously, there are worse ones from the past, but of all the modern systems, it is the worst idle control of all of them. And of course, all the people's answer me, "Oh, you're just doing it wrong." Like, shut the fuck up. I've been doing this shit for 30 years. I'm not doing it wrong. I know how to use a Haltech. I just know that their system is extremely lacking when it comes to idle control. For example, here's our idle control. Almost all of this is air, right? All of this is air control, and that's fine. However, when you get big cams and small displacements, you don't want active air control. You don't want an overly active throttle body because the engine responds slowly. The overlap, the large opening events of the valves create low port velocity, especially their ported heads, etc. And the throttle blade movement does not change the air going in the cylinders quick enough. Doesn't change the charge of the cylinders quick enough. Okay? And so what you need is a surplus of air and then very good ignition control. Because ignition is going to control your torque. What is idle? Idle is when engine torque and engine friction are the same. Okay? That's idle. Now, if my air signal is weak, like you get with short stroke, small displacement, big cams, then I can't rely on the throttle body to move, especially when it's at such a small position anyways. It just does not provide good throttling and responsive idle control. It's laggy. And you can see it. The idle percentage jumps up and the engine goes behind it. Well, behind it with idle control isn't good because we're trying to control idle very smoothly. So what you do is you put air and fuel in the cylinder so that the engine is capable of making more torque. But then you ignite it at a later time. Lower ignition advance, which is why most cars idle around like, you know, single to just early double digits. 8 to 14 or something degrees of timing. Okay. So then what you do is when the speed starts dropping, you add ignition right away. You add ignition to it right away, the engine immediately makes more torque, right? Nothing makes torque change faster than ignition advance. Ignition advance is per cycle based. I can do it from one ignition event to the next, from one cycle to the next. So hundreds of times a second. It's an instant change in torque from the engine, right? I'm not waiting for air, which has mass and inertia, to speed up, make its way into the engine. And then when I have a lightweight engine that doesn't have a lot of inertia, I need to be able to control the torque really quickly, or that thing will just go pew, decay on its own. You get a lightweight flywheel, lightweight crank pulley, lightweight rotating assembly, especially with a four-cylinder that's got a 18-inch crankshaft. Where these things are, they're not very long. Or it's 18-pound crankshaft, like 13 inches long. You that light rotating assembly needs either mass to keep it going or really quick torque control to stabilize the idle speed. And Haltech just does a shit job doing it. All you have is this ignition and correction table. That's it. That's what you get. Now, granted, it's got this here is essentially a proportional and a derivative control for idle. Basically, all you typically use anyways is proportional and derivative, but this isn't really proportional and derivative. It's fixed. And I just hate it. Now, I spent time on this map. You can see now the idle is pretty steady, but it takes time to get to work. And I just hate it. It is so archaic compared to what is available on the market right now. I mean, factory ECUs have been doing a better job than that for decades. And then aftermarket ECUs do a better job. Even Link, which is a relatively inexpensive ECU, not feature packed or anything, does a much better job with idle than the Haltech. That is my rant of idle control for Haltech. It's shit. So anyway, here's a PID. This is for air. This is a PID for your air system. And again, you get the air too aggressive and you'll get oscillations. And because the thing will pop open, the air will eventually get into the engine, it'll start to come up, and then it comes back in. You get oscillations with air control on big cams, small displacement, short stroke, etc. Now on a factory motor or a long stroke, narrow bore, small to medium sized cam engine, you can do air control okay. That's easier to do just air control and have the timing fixed. That's totally doable. But when you get an engine that's like this, short stroke, way over square, right? They're just, it already has a really advanced ignition requirement. Um, this sucks. This sucks. Okay, enough negativity. Let's go on to something that's good. I did the adjustments to that pole, and I made the changes to the fuel map. And what else? Let's look at the rest of that log. I was talking to you and pointing stuff out, but you can't see it because I have the logger up. So I'm pointing this stuff on the Haltech software and I have logger up. So I screwed that up again. Um, I should probably put it like on screen capture more often instead of just individual windows. So that way when I change back and forth, you guys can see me change it back and forth. So let me go back to the log anyways. I want to look at my ignition advance. I want to look at my ignition angle overall, this guy, and we're going to put it on this table. We're going to put it on this table. Why does it keep changing on me? There we go. Remove. There we go. All right, so timing came up to 14 degrees at this 8 pounds. So it's very conservative timing right now for 8 pounds, but that's good. That's what we want. Timing is 24.5 as we're coming in through atmospheric pressure. That's a little conservative for this engine, so I'll probably add 4 degrees through this area right here. And then timing here is what? 30. Yeah, I'll probably have 4 degrees right here in this 2800 RPM range. Yeah, 28, 5 to 20 range. And then we'll see if that picks up some torque through that area. I'm not going to change cam timing right now. So I want to see if this improves the torque. Interesting. That should be higher. I must have some IAT correction going on or something. Let's take a look. So we're at what? 30C. Okay. Coolant temp, that's 0. Air temp, uh, that's in Fahrenheit, and one's in C. Okay. So I was right here. It's no big deal. That's fine. That's fine. And we're not adding any right now because we're not using ethanol. So I must have just a smidge here. See right there. My units are usually in C on here. I don't know why I changed them. Yeah, there. So not there. That's all the corrections I have. So why was it lower than my base map? Because 5 kPa should be well higher than 24. I'm only gonna put 2 in it right there because of that. I'm going to add a degree right here. Then I'm going to pull this one down like this. There. Okay. Alrighty. Here's my zero demand. So this is your idle timing right now. Your idle advance is basically your zero demand. Or your timing map if you set it up to your time map, which I don't recommend, but your base map here. But I don't recommend this because when you're decelerating or you come off of idle, you want more timing in this region. So this is a smidge high though, right here. That's a smidge high. We don't need that much time. But you do in operation, especially when you tip in and it goes like this to the right. If you tip in and this map says 15, you can get a hesitation in tipping because you might clip that 15 cell and then move your way up to the right there. Tip and hesitation suck. Thank you.
Are you streaming?
I am.
Uh,
Bitching about the Haltech.
huh?
Bitching about Haltech.
Oh yeah, that's easy.
Yeah.
You don't have to really search.
No.
It sounds like it has an unequal antenna.
I don't know. Does it?
It has a ETS V2 max flow
What does?
or equal A.
Which car are we talking about?
Oh,
What car are we talking about? Oh, yeah. The ETS one's just loud.
I mean, it sounds rumbly though. Like when you're ripping on it, it sounds like it's clapping like they do when they're, like on a stock header.
Well, this is a 2.3 with my pistons and rods and my cams.
No.
So, and just moving some air in that mid range for sure.
Also, I want to put that 2.4 together. I just need pistons and rods.
Which 2.4?
The FA24.
Oh, you want to get it made?
I'm just gonna put it together how it is. I just need pistons and rods.
Which ones do you want?
Huh?
Do you want mine or do you want something else?
Whatever the hot ones are. Also, whatever cheapest was.
I mean, I have VRC ones.
Yeah, but I can't install them.
I mean, you can. It's just hard.
I mean, I could have the cases halfway assembled.
That's what we do. Yeah,
I
that's what we do. Yeah, it's like what we get it.
don't care.
I mean, they're much
It's not a
stronger.
customer one, so I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Right.
Do you have them in stock?
At my house, I bought a set.
Oh, well, fun. You need pistons and you have the one.
Yeah. I mean, stock pistons are probably great.
Huh?
Stock pistons are good.
I mean, I want to be able to crank it
I
up.
don't think they're power limiting pistons. They're just knock limited. They're strong pistons.
I'd be
So
able to rip on.
yeah, I
You
mean,
think they'll make like 6 or 7?
not on
Higher?
BRZ rods.
Huh?
Not on BRZ rods. I mean, it'll make more, but it won't make that. You know, BRZ rods are basically STI rods, but
Oh no,
but
I thought you
skinnier.
meant. I thought you meant
Oh, oh,
like
oh.
uh like forged ones.
No, no, I definitely need some of those.
Got hernia?
I don't know. It's got massive cramp in my stomach all of a sudden. I probably have to poop or shit or fart or something. Who knows?
That happens.
That was
Something moves down,
oh man, that's fucking painful.
makes that transition.
Or up.
Why is it called that?
It could be gas, right? It could be air that formed somewhere when it came up.
Or it's
It found the high spot. It's like,
yin and yang situation.
yeah, it's a fucking yanging on my fucking insides right now. Let me tell you. Holy crap. All right. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that was that was aggressive pain. All right. Oh, let me change what you guys see. Let me change what you see. Powell tuning. Yeah, it's new hot the hot shit right there. I'm gonna call it ruptured bowel tuning. All right. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Lost sync again. Yep. Lost cams again. Fuck. It's so annoying. I am going to put a M-Tron in this tomorrow. Tomorrow or Friday, and I'm going to test it because the fact that the cams just keep dropping out like this, which is classic Haltech, happens all the time. But it's still stupid annoying, and I want to see if it's a Haltech problem or if it's a car problem. So I'm gonna fucking plug an M-Tron in this on Friday and see if the cams track and everything. And then I'm gonna enjoy a good solid hour of wonderful tuning, of tuning that just works. That's gonna be nice. Everything that just works. And then um, unless the cams screw up. If the cams screw up on the M-Tron too, then obviously there's something wrong with the car. Whether it's some of the wiring modifications that he made because he changed some wiring stuff with grounds and stuff, or what, I don't know. But I got to try something else because the guy's not gonna be happy with this. And he was mad at me for saying that Haltech is crap, but um, the this cam issue is like every Subaru almost. It's ridiculous. And I've talked to them before, and I'm like, hey, you should change it to any edge instead of just falling edge because it changes phase. And then they're like, that doesn't make any sense. And now, which is the thing. So, and then the fact they don't let me adjust the let me show you. Let me show you the problem. The problem is this. The problem is you see this not detected. Okay, it's not that it's not detected. It's that it fell outside of the calibration range that they set. Now, unfortunately for us, we don't get to change that. They took the cam control, they took it over. We have no ability to change anything with the cam timing. We can't change the the cam offsets where the triggers are located. Nothing. They took over everything. And so what happens is the cams change phase, and now their calibration that they automatically calibrate every time you start to accelerate changes. So then it drops down, and because it's different RPMs on a lot of these Subarus, what'll happen is it'll be fine at idle, and then the sensor will change phase around 12 to 1300. The the fallings will become risings, the risings will become fallings. Okay, it's a Subaruism. I don't know why it happens, but it does. It's super common. Almost all of them do it, and then it'll change back, or it'll just change at one time and stay that way. So when that happens, and we pass through that zone coming back down after Haltech did their calibration, then it's like, whoa, we're outside the calibration, and then it freaks out because I got to come down out of the operating range, and then it has to recalibrate again. But sometimes it just doesn't do it. It doesn't do it right, and we don't have control over that, and it sucks. But you can watch it though. I think it's on this page, right? I think it's this page. One of them, of course, this is in the way again. One of them shows you when it's calibrating the cams. I think it's this page. Let me see. No, it's not on the screen. I think I have to add it. I think I have to add it. Let's see, unless that's one of these. It's one of them. When you click on it, it brings up another window. And it's diagnostics. This one. It's one of these. I gotta find it. This one? I don't know. No, I don't know what screen it's on. Uh, like I said, I may have to just redo it. Anyways, one of them, it it says calibrating, and it goes through and like measures where the cams are at. But when that sensor moves, the calibration goes out of whack. So, and you can see it here. You watch it here on this window, all of a sudden the cam will go boop, like down to nothing, or it'll pop up really high. One of the two, based on what side of that phase change we're on. It'll either all of a sudden go, whoa, okay, we're 30 degrees one way. Because it changes, I think 30 degrees is what I think the distance is, if I recall correctly. They go from like 60 to 90 as the last trigger before TDC, or before home. Yeah, TDC. So before TDC, it'll go between 60 or 90 degrees, and then it flips out and thinks the cam, it's 20 degrees advanced, but then all of a sudden it gets another 30, so it thinks it's 50 degrees advanced. Or the other way, it's at 20 and then it loses it to negative 10 or whatever. And so you'll see this big swing in cam position all of a sudden as that thing changes phase. Like it happened by foot. Let's see. Oh, yeah, lean spot right there. Does not let me put just a tiny bit of throttle into it. Let me find that spot. If that's even the... Okay, it's right there. So this zone here needs more fuel. There you go. Oh, you see it. See that spot right there where it dropped off? That's where it changes phase and then loses itself. There you go. A little more throttle again. See if I hit that spot. Might still be in the 0 to man map for some reason. I don't know why it would be, but see iron here? No, not actually in there. Oh, maybe I am. Let's give this guy right here. I shouldn't be in the 0 to man because I'm giving it foot, giving it throttle. So with that oscillation and the fact that I add a bunch of fuel right here and it's still oscillating, that means I'm probably in the low pulse width of the injectors because I am on pump gas right now with 1700s, and that's problematic. So I'm probably at the low pulse width of the 17s. I might even have my target lambda being a little too, yeah, a little too lean right there. See now we're at 13.9 as it comes up. So that might just be a little too lean as well at that light load. Yeah, that's probably just too lean. for ejectors this large with that small of a pulse width. But see, now we're pulling fuel out. Not just added a bunch of fuel there, so. Oh, I like the Haltech rants. Well, you changed names on me. You went from Zorro to Ginger. Choosing to count, dude. All right. Let's go back to this last log I did. I didn't review that log. I was trying to get the idle to stabilize. My rolling idle is a little too aggressive. You see how much it's adding idle as I'm rolling. So let me adjust that one time real quick, and then we'll do that too. For that log. Idle control, idle up. Are any of these enabled? No, none of those are. Long-term trim is enabled though. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's interesting. I bet that's messing with it. Why is that a default axis for this table? That is crazy. And why is vehicle speed? Oh, no, okay, that's not what I'm looking at. All right, so we're gonna do 800. End value is 2000. Increment, we're just gonna go 200, like that, like so. And what's this guy say? Vehicle speed. Why would you want long-term control trim based on speed? Hmm, maybe, maybe. Okay, what turns off? Okay, or make it 0. What's our gain? Right? Now that's throttle. I mean, that's idle percent, not throttle percentage. If that was throttle percentage, that'd be way too much. That's idle percent, which is a percentage of throttle. So, and which you can change. So here, so 100% idle is 12% throttle, which is a weird thing that they do. So this would mean that this is 5% of that 12%. That makes any sense. So it's a little bit of decel offset. Um, so it probably isn't that. That's probably not what's causing it, but it could. I don't have any idle up set here for power steering or anything, which wouldn't be a bad idea to add that. Target RPM is based on vehicle speed, and you see we're adding about 100 or 200 RPM at 3 miles an hour. That might be a little high, so I'm gonna pull that down a little bit. I don't mind adding some RPM when we're rolling because it helps compensate for brakes and power steering and stuff too. Like when you jerk a little bit quick or stump on the brake and you change manifold pressure, it helps with that. Here's vehicle speed 2 as well, and you see here I got a little too much up there, now it turns out. Right here. Oh, that's not that bad. But we have this added to the other one, right? So we have two additions of idle speed. And right now our idle target is, our idle out is 38%, and our minimum is actually 38 right now. So we're a smidge over our idle target because of that minimum being 38. But we're just a little bit over it. So we'll do that. And then we're going to go back to our base. That's start. Where do you go? Base closed loop. And this is 41. And it's good that that's high because that's where it's going to start when we rev it. When you go like this, it's going to come down. Um, it's supposed to, but why is it sitting at 51 now? That was weird. Oh, because I got the throttle follower on here. So the decay of the throttle follower. So this guy was causing that. So we can drop this down. Like that. There you go. Much better. So the two of those combined should smoothen out the recovery a little bit. As long as those cams stay reading. We got to keep our fingers crossed for those cams. All right, now to that log. Let's go look at that log now. Bring that logger up for you. And then let's see how that little small pull did. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at, here's the first one. I'm going to just close this tab there. Here's the second one. Okay, that's what we got in these two logs. Now, something I like about the Haltech viewer is I can right click on this and I can have that overlay on the existing traces. So it'll lay the old log or the new log on top of the old log. I like that. I am thankful for Haltech for that feature. That's really cool. Now what you'll see, however, is the RPM are off. And so in order to fix that, we right click again and we move our offset. So we move our offset like this to get it closer and lay them on top of each other if we're trying to compare them in that way. Now, I am. So here we go. So here's our RPM because I want to see how the boost changed with RPM. So I got the RPM laid on top of it. That looks good. Now it's laid on top and stayed almost the same ramp because the dyno controlled the ramp rate. That's an important thing to know. The dyno controlled the ramp rate and therefore the RPM ramp is going to be really similar. And here it is. Okay. And you can see here when the boost came in, the torque increased that ramp rate a little bit because the dyno had to react to it and then control it again. So you see that little hump there, that's what that is. Now, we go here, we got boost. Boost is definitely higher on there because I gave a lot more throttle this time. I wasn't full throttle, but I did give more throttle. And we're looking at almost a bar of boost. Oh, actually, that technically is a bar of boost because our atmospheric pressure here is 93. So there is a bar of boost. Looks nice, honestly. Looks nice. Let's go to our air fuel. Our air fuel is, it's good. 513 log. Yep, the green line. It is within a couple percent, and that's good. What's our correction now? The correction is still adding. Look at that. Instead of 15%, it's adding 12. So we still need to add fuel there. Up here, we still need to add 5. Now, that was the same as before, right? But now we're in a higher level of the fuel map. So the ramp of my fuel map, the slope of it isn't quite high enough because at this higher level of boost, I have to add about the same amount of fuel I had to add before. It's about 5%. 5% here. And here, richer than target, that's 8. We're still adding a lot of fuel right here, actually. That's pretty surprising to me, but so right at 4,400? No. Yeah, 4,600. 4,600, 90 kPa. We got to add like 12%. That's less than last time, but we're still adding some fuel. Okay. Turn that off. Let's go hit that spot. I realized it was 5:30 already. Holy shit. Let's go back to fuel, go back to base. All right. 94,000 needs a lot. So I'm getting a big increase in VE right here. And actually, there's a little dip in VE right there on my map. Just a little bit. I'm actually going to add it all the way through because look at dips all there too. So we're going to go one. Oh, oh, no, that's not right. I forgot it's Haltech. Can't do that. Can't do that. I got to go P to add the percentage. And I'm just going to add, I'm going to add 15% and see where that puts it. Okay. Now, I remember now that I didn't want to do it quite that steep. I didn't want to do it quite that steep. So I'm going to do this guy like this, like that. Is that enough? 90? No, actually went lower now. I pulled it down right there. I did raise the ramp rate, but I pulled it down to this region. So let me fix that. Let's do that real quick. Okay, so 90, it was 102, now it's 105. Let's go back to this again. I'm going to add, go 10%, 15. Oof. I hit the wrong button. Okay. I want to do basically 5% the rest. Too much, right? Here. So I'm going to do 6. Do 6. Then take this guy. I'm just going to do a little vertical blend. I'm not hitting that zone yet, but if I do, I want to be closer to where that fuel is than last time. Now, this isn't falling off a lot. You see how this is not falling? Typically, when you get over 65, the V on these things drops like a rock. But we're at lower boost, and we got my cams in a 2.3. So this thing is ready to breathe. So it's not going to fall off yet. When we get the boost up there, it'll start falling off because the back pressure on the turbo will start going up a lot. And then we'll see that VE drop off harder at the higher boost, and we'll see it in the low boost. Because right now, at the low boost, our exhaust pressure isn't going up very much at all. The exhaust pressure is, well, we have that on this car, right? Or not? Yes, we do.
Good,
All right, how you doing?
good. How much longer do you think you're gonna be on her?
I can stop whenever.
Okay. I know I got a jet by like 6, but
Okay.
I'll see what the guys are saying 'cause they might be planning on staying late.
Are they both here still?
Yeah, they're both here.
Okay.
No one's put on the need of needing to rush. I just have to hit the gym. I've been very strict with my diet. I'm actually using ChatGPT to help.
Really?
It's been helping me a lot.
For what reason? Like what way?
Chat, uh, it's like an accountability thing a little bit, I guess. I
So
log
so
all my
like
food and
he
I
yells at you if you fuck up?
doesn't yell at me, but it's a fun challenge. I enter in what my macros are for the day, my calories, and it's been helping me with gym routines. And I've noticed a good trend with it. I'm only 3 days in, so like,
Oh, okay. So you're still in the honeymoon phase.
what?
You're still in the honeymoon phase.
Still in the honeymoon phase, but
Right.
also in the phase to where like, I know if I don't keep it a priority on my list, I'm not going to get out of the honeymoon phase, and I'll be done in a day or two.
Right. Yeah, that's my
So
problem. I've been trying to work out again. I actually ran
you should honestly
and I
like
was in so much pain.
you should chat with ChatGPT. So like, what I do, I just hit it up. I
No
said,
way. I'm not feeding our robot overlords.
it's fair. I just told it, I said, here's my current weight. These are my goals. This is what I take supplement wise. What would you recommend for hitting these goals? And it gave me good macros, good calories. And then, like, when I go to the gym, I hit in my weight, my reps. And what was cool is that, like, it told me what I should start at on my bench. And then I hit in those numbers and it said, okay, based off those numbers at your incline, you should be at these numbers. And it was pretty spot on of like where my weights were going to be. And that part is helpful because I'm not guessing on machines right now.
Mm.
Using technology for what it is. Sounds pretty sweet. With 17s, what a thought.
I'm pumped. I know. With the hood pop, the oil temperature dropped to 168. So when he gets a scoop on that thing, it'll be effective. But with the hood closed, it was not effective. That was bad news. All right, let's try this again. Let me check my chat really quick. Like Haltech rants. All right, that's the last time we saw. Let's do this again. F6. Okay, rolling idle significantly better. Oh, there's a little flare right there, though. It's a little weirdness. Okay, this DCCD in this thing is toast. Yeah, I gotta change the dyno setting to a more aggressive speed control because this DCD is not happening. I'll have to tell the customer that it's toasty toasty. We'll do this one. Usually gives us a really aggressive speed control between the wheels and tires. All right, a little dippy dippy right there. I was like partial throttling, gave it full throttle right here, so that could be that, or it could just be cam timing. Could be a bunch of stuff happening right there. Could be a reduction in cam timing. That is at 52, so I could be dropping the cams really quickly right there, which would cause a dip if it's too fast, or I took too long to reduce the cams. Back pressure's coming up and the cams are too advanced right there. Or since the boost is coming up there, it could just be that the timing's really low, which we'll find out when we look at the log. So we're gonna log it for you guys. DW people still here. We just not chatting. I don't know what DW stands for. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. Right. All right. So let's go back. I want to get rid of this one. I'm gonna pull this one off. Uh, Both. Yes. And I'm gonna add this one to the existing traces. Boom. Ooh, that one was really close. That offset was really close because I started the pull pretty close to the last pull. Okay, that's cool. I dig that. I don't care about the offset that much. That's not a big concern right now. I just want to show you guys that feature. Um, it is still adding fuel, but you'll see here it's adding how much? Uh, 9. Okay, so we're closer. Right, 9. Wow, really? Still 9%, huh? That's crazy. Feel like it should be getting plenty of fuel right there at this point. But it's not. So add 9% right there, 10% right there, 5% through here. All right, so pretty much 5% at 32. Um, 32, 31 kPa. So 3231 kPa right here. And that really surprises me, honestly. Um, yeah, that's hmm. I know. Complain about high VE. Oh no, your parts work well. How dare they? I'm not complaining. I'm just surprised that it's working that well in that zone. Do that. Let's get this guy right there. That might be too much right there. I might have pulled too much out. Okay. Oh yeah. That's hey Aaron. Um I assume that's Aaron. Oh, Archie, WX, okay. Something? I don't know. The new rod. Yeah, well that's not totally the new rod. That's kind of the new rod. Um it is uh it is titanium. It is an I-beam like that. But that's not the exact rod. Here we are pulling 1.6. So the fuel's perfect up top. 1.6, 1.4, 0.7, and then right here, it's rich because it's adding because it was lean here. So here we still gotta add a bunch right here. So gonna add a bunch at 41 and 75. 75, 41. Okay, I added some there already. I was evening out that section. Do a little more right here, right there. That. Okay. And now our timing. Let's look at that. 14 degrees at 4,600. That's not much timing. Uh, at less than a bar of boost. And then 22 degrees up top. So it ramps up pretty quick. You can see this little ramp happening right here. So probably a little too fast of a ramp right there. That's over 7,000, so that's not a big deal. This is actually a little low, so really it probably should be just tapered in here a smidge. This probably is too high. It's just this is too sudden compared to this. So, oh, that's not the right one. It's right here. That's fuel correction. This red line. Yes. Oh, it's a new one? Is
Yep.
that the hot?
No.
Oh, it's heavy. How thick did we go with?
No. It's all the same.
Oh, that's not bad.
No. It's quite a bit thicker than regulars, like mandrel band,
Yeah.
but it's not as thick as it's like Schedule 5-ish.
And this fits?
Everything fits except for the marks here. So I don't know what, either my changes didn't take or something. It didn't do what I wanted to do. And this is way too long now. This is where it needs to be.
With this angle?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm going to go model that up, which is good because I can cut this one easy, but it's directly in line. It's exactly where it needs to go. It's just the wrong angle. So,
Looks good. Moving it down definitely helped the transition.
yep.
Like a
So, but this end and this end are they literally snap in my jig, like just perfect.
nice.
So what I'm going to do, I tacked this on here so that I can model it. So I'm going to model the flange in it, and then I'm going to make these changes, and then if I get one printed, that would be amazing.
With the new changes?
Huh?
With the new change?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. We have to order a bunch of these by
Well,
tomorrow
by tomorrow?
or day after tomorrow.
I thought it was next week.
No, it's 12th. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Well, I'll try to do that tonight, and then, well, I will do it tonight.
okay.
And then if I get one, if you can print me one as soon as I'm done, that would be amazing.
Okay.
So then we can order like 4.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna snag a couple too.
Yeah.
Put them on the website.
I mean, the money's already, but still better. More is better.
Yep.
Well, then maybe everyone gets one like Oprah.
You get an up pipe and you get an up pipe.
Yep,
You get an up
exactly.
pipe.
Well, I mean, as in you
Look
and
at that.
me and Chase and
I'm
Carson.
streaming right now, so
Yeah.
this is a 3D printed up pipe for the rotated kit. It's the low mount rotated kit. Kind of. It's the normal rotated position, just lower, and it fits with like everything.
It's also
So
316, by the way.
it's 316.
Yep.
Right, yeah. Instead of 304 like everyone builds them out of.
Yep.
Yeah, it's 3D printed 316.
Yep.
And so it's smooth and flowy. It's got good lines.
It also, the whole thing is a tapered transition. It transitions from 55 or 56 to 60 or whatever it is. So
Right.
it's over the whole thing gradually.
Instead of a step somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's almost not noticeable, but it is.
The only thing we're gonna find out is how well you can weld this so it doesn't crack.
It welds. I mean,
I know it welds,
Chris
but
is welds, but I don't know.
how long it's gonna last, I'm saying. Like whether it will we need to add any steps or supports or thickness
Yeah.
to make it weld better.
Yeah,
Will we need to thicken this here and then thin it out to get a big fat weld and
yeah, and they're supported. Chris's is supported right here, and so will this one. So the flange goes over to the bell housing bolt.
okay.
So
You're adding a little thing to it,
Yeah.
dick to it. Yeah.
Yep.
It's better to add that, I think, anyways.
yeah, then I can
Then
bolt
print
it in and then add it on. So it
I
fits
mean,
perfect.
you could just put a tab with a hole so you can bolt to it. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
It'd be easy to put a tab on there and print it like that.
It doesn't
'Cause then
really
you
need
can go,
to support. It's not so much of a support as it is an anti-vibration.
Right. Yeah, because that
So
less vibration means less strain here.
yeah, less stress everywhere. Less stress on the header. Less stress everywhere. So Carson's, right? We didn't have a downpipe because everything's supported everything's supported together. So Carson's car with the up pipe cracked his twice, broke it at the weld right here. Because his up pipe and his turbo are out there doing this.
I think
they're out there
change this
flopping around.
so we can see what we're doing. There we go.
So, all right. Well, I'm gonna go home.
1 second. Let me show everybody here.
What's up? Oh, there you go.
3D printed stainless up pipe. Ooh, ah. See in there? See the wastegate to turbo transition in there. Nice split, good priority. Yes. Yes.
Beautiful.
Yep. Feels like a podcast because I've got to change the camera.
See you later.
See what? What's the wall thickness? I think we did 100 thou on that. It's pretty thick. I think that's what we did. It might be.
Ready to call it a night?
Yeah, I want to do one pull. One more pull.
Oh.
One more pull. Get that cut out of the way, because otherwise the cut will interfere with us. I want to raise the rev limiter. Nope, I don't. Eight's fine. I think I hit almost 8 in that last pull, right? Leave it there. All right. Yeah, man, when the sensors are working, it runs great. They got to be working. What gear am I in? I don't know. I hate these shifters. And it doesn't tell me. It says I'm in second, even though we've calibrated that twice. Twice. It's like 20 times, right? Let's let it recover itself, see if it holds RPM or if it dies. Looks like it's doing okay. Touch the brakes. Looks like it. The post. Oh, the gear shifter, the gear position is changing a much. Okay, that worked out. Didn't die, didn't sputter. See, the cams are kind of wigging a smidge. Oh, you didn't see them on the wrong screen for that. Okay. So take this one, remove that one, and then I'm going to add this one.
Hey, that thing's absolutely ripping.
What did it hit?
Freaking 327.
327
Yeah.
on wastegate pressure, which is 13 pounds of boost
That thing's maxed out.
on pump gas
Maxed out.
and 14 degrees of timing.
You've been doing it with the back door closed because the wind was blowing it shut.
No wonder it stinks so bad in here. I've been getting carbon monoxide poisoning.
Well, there's a windstorm outside.
Is it open right now?
I didn't know it's shut. I just went out there.
Okay. Okay.
I started smelling it too, so I was like, so I noticed that when you were doing it earlier,
That's the
I
wrong
opened it
log.
twice.
Well, that sucks. Well, that didn't work out, did it? I lost my log because I hit remove and it was the new log I removed. That's a shame. All right, let's see if I get it to work this time. See if this is the log. Should be. So you need a little bit of fuel right there. Up top, a little bit of fuel up top. Over 7,000 right there. Around 7,000, 7,200. It needs a little bit of fuel. They went from pulling to adding. So it's actually really close. Just needs a smidge right there. 2%, 2%. Okay, yeah. So we need to add a smidge right here at 7,300. Okay. Like that. Try to open this up for you guys. There you go. All right, action angle. We're gonna go to this one this time. And then it drops off. Okay. Is that a hole in the map, or is that a response to knock?
Check off fans.
Yeah. Looks like that's the response to engine noise. Timing, I see dropping 3, 4, 6, 6, 5, and 9. To 18, 20, 20, 20, so that's response to noise. Try for me a smidge lean right there on 92 octane. Or I'm just operating too close to the threshold. So we'll do this. And then do this. Oh no, I'm way below the threshold, so it ain't that. Could be because I was approaching the rev limiter. Let's see. But yeah, it says knock is way below the threshold, so I gotta raise my gain and lower the threshold anyways, but it's not even close. Oh no, it was negative 1.6. Actually, it was pulling the entire way. Why is it pulling a little bit everywhere? Okay. So I gotta fix that. Okay. But that's gonna be it for today. Save that. I can work on cold start tomorrow. That's gonna be good. Alrighty. Anyways, guys, I'm glad I remembered to change the camera so you can see that pipe. Even though I forgot to do it for a lot of other things. I apologize about that. But anyways, we gotta go. We gotta call it quits. I'm gonna come back and do some more of this on Friday. I am gonna plug the M-Tron into it though and see how the cams respond. See if it maintain. I think the fuel pump's running.
Yeah. Yep.
It's weird. The pump's running, but the pressure says 0. It was when I primed it. Well, something's running. It might not be. It might be a fan because I hear it right now. And there's nothing. There's no pressure. Then there's that. Then there's another pump. So there's two pumps that come on. No, 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 no. This is different. No, come here. Come here and listen. Don't argue. Just fucking come here and listen. You are arguing with me. Listen. Listen to the pump right now. Something's running. Hear that? Okay, but when I turn the key on, the second pump kicks on. Immediate clickety clack. Okay? That part's fucking weird. But this is what I'm curious about. What is that noise? That sounds like a pump or a fan. Makes you wonder if a pump's running backwards. Yeah, I think the pump might be running backwards because if his fuel pressure was doing weird, funky things. So it might have one pump running fucking backwards
So, fun fact about that.
because there's no fuel pressure without the other one.
Fun fact about that.
What?
Chris Phelps's also sounded like he had LED taillights. It sounded like there was like taillights on. You know, like the fans for the LEDs.
Yeah. So what the hell's going on with this fuel pump? And then not just that, but how did it not have that problem sitting there all night? How did it start for me today?
That's a damn good question.
Like, why did this problem just start?
Damn good question. I'd say I had.
No, still doing it. Yeah, I don't know what it is, dude. Like, I turned off all the pumps and it still does it.
No, you fixed it.
But I didn't fix it by doing anything. Yeah. And then I cycled power a bunch of times and it stopped doing it. So I will definitely need to investigate what's going on with the wire and the fuel pumps because something's not right. You going, I cycled power and it went away? Yeah. The engine wasn't running. That's why battery was a little voltage was lower. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta figure that shit out. Okay, well, that's it for today. Thanks, guys, for stopping by. I didn't get to do any other product talks or talk about other shit. Mostly just ranting about Haltech. Um, so I hope that this customer changes his mind on it because I'd like to get into something that actually works, that feeds the data correctly to all the components and everything else. But